What's up guys, it's me, your boy Steve. What's up guys, it's me, your boy SteveRandom here, and in today's video I'm doing pros and cons of having fragrance on or wearing fragrances, or whatever you like to call it. Basically, I wrote down a few stuff that are pros and that are cons of wearing fragrances. For pros, let's start off with pros. One of them, it's really an easy, accessible thing that can just make more and just additional touch for more attractiveness. And I know some of you guys are just gonna start typing right now in the comments and be like, colognes don't change your attractiveness, your personality does, your confidence does. I know that, I understand, and I agree with that. But if you are already kind of confident, if you're already, you know, good personality, you know, knows how to respect people, knows how to, you know, sometimes, you know, be funny, whatever, just an additional scent on you won't hurt. You know, if you have a little bit of, you know, some, I don't know, L'Homme by YSL or something, that can not hurt anybody. That smells very pleasant and would make you even feel better. That's it. That's really it, basically. It's really an attractiveness addition that's really accessible, and you know, a lot of people can just go buy a cologne. Sometimes it can be cheap but still smell good. Sometimes it can be the expensive type and it can still smell good too. It's whatever you guys like. Honestly, it's just opinion. The next pro is that it makes you feel confident. It makes you feel more confident if you need that boost. For some people, for example, I know like a few people that sometimes aren't very confident with how they look. You know, sometimes, you know, those people that are like wearing a tie and they're like, oh, that look good, bro, or what do you think of this tie? I don't know, man, I think this suit's too big or something. You know, those people that are not really too sure about this area or anything about, you know, kind of, we're like always messing with their sideburns or with their collar. You know, they're just not sure about how they look or how they feel. An additional bit of, you know, fragrance, if you just spray a little bit, you know, and that's it. It would, for me at least, sometimes it has made me feel a little bit more confident, because I'm like, oh, my hair looks a little bit bad, but I still smell good, so I should be good, you know. I look a little bit, my hair is a little messed up, but I still have, you know, Versace and Blue on, which most likely will make that for the bad hair day. That's another reason why that's a pro for wearing fragrances. Another pro I have, and I forgot to mention that I have 5 pros and 5 cons, just so I can make it even. I don't want to make one more than the other, because I feel like it's up to you guys and your decision. But my third pro is that when you get complimented, a good compliment, you feel good. I've got this a few times, or a bunch of times actually. I get a compliment and it's a good one. It's like, hey Steve, you smell amazing. I could smell you all day. You know, some stuff like that. I get those and I'm like, I'm patting myself on the back, you know. I'm like, yes, thank you, you know. And some people also just like getting that, and they kind of try to strive for getting compliments, and I don't really like that, but it's your choice. Again, you know, it's your choice. And yeah, when you get a good compliment, again, it makes you feel better, and you know, it just makes you feel more confident. There, it comes back, you know. Another pro, and if you are a shy person, this is not really a pro for you. But, you know, I was shy one time and now I'm not as shy. If you are wearing a fragrance, it could get people to talk to you a little bit more. Because when you're wearing a fragrance that really smells good and you walk past a girl, or you walk past some people or something, they might start talking to you because they'll be like talking about what fragrance you're wearing. They'll be like, hey Steve, or hey you smell really good, what fragrance is that? And I'm like, sometimes when people ask me that, I like to play a game and tell them it's this company, but I'm not gonna tell you which one it is. So try guessing. You know, you can start a conversation, and sometimes if you think about asking a girl, maybe like, how does this smell? You can start also a conversation that way. It's a conversation starter, and if you're a shy person, then I wouldn't say this is a pro tip or a pro for wearing fragrances, but I still think that it's pretty good. And another pro tip is it's fragrances and putting fragrances on is pretty cheap, you know. Sometimes you don't have to go for the Creative Ventus, you don't have to go for the by Kilian, not those expensive fragrances you don't have to go for. You can go for something really sort of in the cheap range, like Mont Blanc Legend, Mont Blanc Individual. I'm thinking of Mont Blanc now, but you can go for like Hugo Boss, which actually isn't very cheap, but I don't know what else is cheap. Salvatore Ferragamo F Black, Perry Ellis 360 Red. You can go for a lot, you have options for like fragrances that are under $35, under $40. You have options, and that's pretty cheap, and it's also a good way to get a good presentation of yourself, you know. You have a good suit on, you have a good, I don't know, tie, you have a good hair, you look good, you feel good, you have that additional bit of fragrance, and it's, even though it's cheap, it still smells good, and that pretty much completes your, you know, attractiveness and your overall kind of feelings, you know, just completes it. And that's just like kind of the icing on the cake. Just spray a little bit, makes you feel better, and that's just the icing on the cake, and it's done. And you are done. Time to get the compliments. Now, the cons for wearing fragrances. Here we have the number one con, or these are not in order, but the con that I'm starting with is, obviously I mentioned in the pros that when you get a good compliment, you feel good. Well, in the cons, if you get a bad compliment, you feel bad. And sometimes I personally doesn't bother me if I get a bad compliment, unless it's like kind of outraging, you know, like that story that I said about my teacher kicking me out of class. Yeah, that was kind of a little bit of it got a little bit of my sad side, because I was like, what is the point of kicking me out of class, you know? What is the point? Like, okay, I smell too strong, but like, why kicking me out of class? You know, that kind of hurt me, but I didn't mention that really because I kind of now just skip by that stuff. If I get a bad compliment one day, I'm gonna remember it for like that day, but then the next day I'm like, let me put that fragrance back on because I don't care. That's who I am. That's sometimes I know for a fact that like some people I know do not like getting bad compliments, and if they do get a bad compliment, that cologne is getting thrown in the trash, or they're giving it to me because I don't really care. Another con, and this can be a good or a bad, like honestly I don't know, but I felt like this is more of a con, is that people remember your smell, and if it was bad, then people are gonna remember that bad smell. So I advise you guys to wear some good fragrances that you think are good for that specific type of occasion. Like for example, I don't think you should wear something super strong at like a small dinner table or something, you know. You don't want to do that. People will remember that, and it will kind of not set a good image for you. And yeah, that's a con for people that, you know, just remember your smell. Another con for wearing fragrances is that, as I said, I just kind of mentioned this briefly in the last con I said, it doesn't work for all environments. You know, wearing fragrances doesn't work for all environments. Like in some places you don't want to wear fragrances just because, I don't know, you just don't want to be the odd person wearing fragrances, you know. And for example, as I said, a dinner party, or no, not a dinner party, a dinner table, you know, if you're eating dinner and you're like, I'm here, then another person's here, and the other person's here, you know, you don't have much elbow room, you're like face to face, like this much distance away, and you're kind of, I don't know, too close, and there's not much stuff going around so that your smell can kind of go, it's just in there. You don't want to have that situation. That's one situation that doesn't work. And another situation is that, I know I've said it before, but wearing fragrances to the gym, I've kind of been toning that down, because sometimes I feel like a lot of people that come to the gym that have a very, very strong fragrance on really annoy me. So I feel like sometimes if I do wear fragrances, I annoy other people. I don't like being that person that gets annoyed by somebody wearing a fragrance in the gym, but I wear it myself. You know, I'm not a hypocrite or something. Another con that fragrances, when you're wearing fragrances, it can really drain your money, like it has for me, pretty much. Yeah, you spend a little bit on the one fragrance, and you're like, I like this one, but I feel like they can be better. Then you spend another amount, then you spend another, and then you spend another, then you spend another, then you spend another, then you spend another, and then you're like, God dang, where's my wallet? Yeah, it's happened kind of to me, but I'm not really mentioning it. It really can drain your money, and that's pretty much a con. Even if you start buying cheap fragrances, it will rack up, and those, at least now you have fragrances that can last you for years, but you've kind of drained your money. So another thing, and my final thing, as I'm reading off my paper that I wrote, and this is really disgusting. I hope you guys don't do this. I've said this before in another video, and I hope that you guys understood this. And a lot of other YouTube reviewers have said this, so I do appreciate that. I know some people that are kind of disgusting. I'm not going to point them out, but some people purposely don't take showers but put a cologne on because they feel like that cologne is doing the job. And if you guys don't understand what I kind of worded that wrong, but I'm saying that when they put a fragrance on, they're like, yeah, that's fine, I smell good, and haven't taken a shower the next day and put another fragrance on, and they're like, yeah, it's gonna keep me smelling good. But really what matters is showering, taking care of your body, your odor, your body odor, smell. That's the most important. And then the fragrances come in. Because if you're not showering and you smell like nasty stuff, then that fragrance, no matter how much you put of it, people are not gonna smell that. They're gonna smell the nasty stuff. So just don't be one of those people that are like, oh, I didn't take a shower today, but I'm gonna wear a fragrance, so I should be good. Don't be those people. Take care of your little hygienes. Take care of your body. Take care of your body. Your body comes first, then the fragrances come after. That was my last con, and that was the way to end up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, leave a like and subscribe for more videos. We're almost at 1,900 subscribers. Voice crack. Anyway, peace.